Hey everybody, what's up? What's up? What's up? You are listening to CRS Radio, the Southern Soul Music and Chat Hour. Yes, thank you everybody for tuning in. We had a few difficulties, but we got them straight, and we are live and on the air, and we are ready to, excuse me, present you some good old Southern Soul music. Listen, if you want to call in, our call-in number is 661-467-2407. 661-467-2407. We are live. We want to hear from you. We are on the air. Call in, call in, call in. And let us know how you like the show. What are you doing? Where are you calling from? So we can hear from you. We want to hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Southern Soul Music and Chat Real. We appreciate you for listening, and we want you to call in and give us a call. Let us know what you're doing. Let us know where you're at. How was your day today? What is it about the Southern Soul that you like? What kind of music do you want to hear? We're here for you. We want to be able to assist you in the Southern Soul. We want to introduce you to the Southern Soul. That's what we want to do. So, yeah, what's going on with you? So we are supposed to have a special guest on tonight, so hopefully our special guest will call in. So, listen, we're going to jump right into some music. We're going to be listening to right now Jay Rizzo, You Know I Love You. Jay Rizzo, You Know I Love You.
My life, like a big house, a few cars, big money, and a good wife. But I done tried it a few times, it didn't work out good for me. I've been misused, got trust issues going on inside of me. But ooh-wee, how I love you, darling. I'm just a little bit scared, but I'm oh so sorry. Even though I messed up, you know I love you. Even though I did wrong sometimes, you know I love you. Even though I broke rules, you know I love you. You always on my mind, you know I love you. I used to be the nice kind, always at home, not like those other guys in the streets all night long. Good things I did, show love to her kids, I show love to her family too. Damn sure. Ooh, but I'm crazy about you, baby, and I hate to let you down. But I'm a little set back and nervous after that last go round. Even though I messed up, you know I love you. Even though I did wrong sometimes, you know I love you. Even though I broke cool rules and that's your fool, girl, you always on my mind. You know I love you. 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 Oh, you're always on my mind. You know I love you.
That was Jay Rizzo. You know I love you. Jay Rizzo, you know I love you. So listen, we have a caller on the line. So let's see who is on my line on the Southern Soul Music and Chat line. Caller, you are in the studio.
Hello.
Hello.
Mrs. Queen. How are you? Thank you for taking my call.
Dr. M. Dr. M is on the line, everybody. Hi, Dr. M.
Hey, listen, I am just sitting here with a glass of you know what, just trying to just hang out with you on the soul session tonight because, you know, I just came ready to listen to some great Southern soul music. So thanks for having me in.
Well, listen, Dr. L, before all of you that don't know, this is Dr. L, the owner of the CRS Radio Knowledge Radio Station.
You can't just put me out there. You can't just put me out there.
I'm sorry, Dr. L. I had to do it. But listen, on behalf of all of the Southern Soul artists, DJs, hosts, everybody, I want to thank you and let you know that we appreciate you for giving us the opportunity to be on the Caribbean airwaves and allowing us for the exposure of the Southern Soul music. Thank you so much. Kudos and hats off to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know, it's always nice and, you know, almost, for me, the word is delicious. When you get into these old Southern, it's like comfort food, you know, and you just get around and you just have some memory and you curl up or you just hang on to something, anything.
Yes. Now, listen, Dr. Eric, while I got you while I have you on the line, how long has the CRS radio station been on the air?
Good question. We are now broadcasting for a little bit over 16 years. I cannot even believe it. Yes. And you know, you just talking to me, I kind of feel so empowered that a sister can be talking to hundreds of thousands of people throughout this big global mic we call WW, the World Wide Web. And we can hear our own voices. We can have a conversation, have our people joining us. My sister, this is powerful. We never had this opportunity before.
And I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to accept this opportunity. This is a challenge for me, and I'm ready for it. I'm happy for it, and I'm just glad to be here. And thank you again. I'm so appreciative of you. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm going to give you a hand clap.
Oh, my God. Oh, thank you. And I'm giving my little salutation in my mouth.
Yes, I had to give you a hand clap.
Well, I'll be sitting on something and just really moving and grooving to your Southern Soul.
Yes, and thank you, Dr. L, for coming on. I see there's another caller in the studio, so I want to go ahead and get to that other caller and see what that. Hope it's an artist on the phone, you know, to let us know a little bit about Southern Soul. I like for the artists to enlighten us on their music and their what kind of events they got going on and everything. So listen, we have another caller on the line. Caller, you are in the studio. Who do we have on the line? Caller, are you there?
Well, my name is LaShawn. I don't know. I thought you said you had an artist on the line, so I didn't respond. Hi. Hello, everyone.
Yes. Let me give you a hand clap for coming in the studio with us today. Hold on.
Oh, thank you for Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you. So for those of you that do not know, this is LaShawn, and she is the founder of Let's Wrap Coffee and Wellness in Chicago, Illinois. and she is allowing people to be aware of mental health awareness. LaShawn, do you want to go into a little bit about what it is that you do?
Absolutely. Our mission is outreach, healing, and wellness, right? People aren't aware that mental health and wellness have dimensions to it, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially. So what our organization does, and we are a nonprofit organization, we offer free resources and tools, and not only offering those resources and tools, but educating and supporting, advocating, motivating people that need a change, especially in our systemically oppressed communities. And, all of these resources, weren't offered to us, or we weren't aware of it. So that's my mission, is to get the knowledge out here to support people that need to be supported, advocate for people that need to be advocated for, educate them, show them, a different way of life, because we all need healing, we all need wellness, because we've gone through something within our community.
Yes. Well, and listen, again, thank you so much for listening in, tuning in. This is a great pleasure having you on, and hopefully you can stick around a little bit with us and enjoy some Southern Soul music and chat, and allow the audience to get to know you a little bit more, and see what's going on with you, what you got coming up, what's going on, what kind of events you got going on. Right
Absolutely.
now,
it's my pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So listen, we're going to get into another song. Right now we have LJ Echols. LJ Echols is in the house. Yes. And his song is Just a Little Bit. LJ Echols.
Yeah. Can I get a little bit more? Please give me just a little bit before you leave town. I know this time is busy. Let me get it just one more time. I see your bags are packed and you're standing by the door. Oh, you say you were leaving me, and you just can't take it no more. I'll pay the Uber to leave. Oh, baby, 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 please. I know you wanna go. Please give me just a little bit more. Please give me just a little bit before you leave town. Oh, yeah. I know this time is busy. Let me get it just one more time. Now we're standing in a driveway with tears all in our eyes. Oh, I don't want you to leave me. Please come on back inside. I'm telling you, I've changed. I'm not gonna remain the same. I know you wanna go. Please give me just a little bit more. You know what? They say a man not supposed to cry. They lie. Oh, they lie. Please give me just a little bit before you retire. I know this time is busy. I know I done you wrong. Let me get it just one more time. I know I done you wrong. Please give me just a little bit. If you can just find it in your heart before you retire. If you can just please find it in your heart. I know this time is busy. Let me get it just one more time. Oh, yeah. One more, 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 one more. Please give me just a little bit more.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the CRS Radio Talk Show. Knowledge is power. And I am your host, Robin Jones. We do have on the line LaShawn Zakofier with Let's Rap. Let's Rap.
Coffee and wellness.
Wellness. You see that? I got stuff I
No
struggle
worries,
with my
no
words
worries.
over here. I'm like coffee. So yes, we do have LaShawn, the founder of a nonprofit organization called Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness, is on the line with us today, and she's going to hang out with us for a little bit. LaShawn, I think you're new to Southern Soul. Is that correct?
I'm sorry?
Are you new to Southern Soul?
I am.
Oh, good. So do you know?
I mean,
have you heard of
I like it. I like it. It's like a bluesy type of genre, you know, from what I've heard.
Yes, it's kind of like a combination of blues and R&B kind of mixed together. It originates from the blues side. So I think they just bring it more of on the contemporary side, you know, right now. So yeah, it's some great music, some great artists. That was one of our artists, LJ Echoes, who's doing very well in the industry.
Welcome.
But yeah, and listen, we do have another caller on the line. Let's see who this caller is. Let's bring this caller to life. Hello, caller. You are listening. You are on. Hello? Hello? Okay, well, maybe they'll hop in a little bit.
Sorry. That's my line. How are you?
I'm good. Is this the minute?
Yes, it is. How are you? You're doing a wonderful job on the Southern Soul. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the music.
Yes. Listen, everybody, for those of you who don't know, this is Denise. She is the Black Jewish queen of CRS Radio. Denise, yeah, wait, hold on, Denise. I got to get your hand clap. Hold on.
Yes, I'm listening. Oh, this is a wonderful show. Everybody, who's listening, oh, it's a real treat. Robin, you are gifted host, and you're doing awesome. You're doing such an awesome job. I'm enjoying everything that you're putting on, the echoes and everything. I mean, it's just wonderful. I'm having a good time listening to you. You got yourself another fan.
I appreciate you calling in, and we have LaShawn also. She's on the phone now with us. She has a nonprofit.
Hi, LaShawn.
Hi there, Denise.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm listening in, and I'm enjoying myself. It's just awesome. Awesome.
Yes,
Awesome
yes, Robin
job
has an awesome.
Robin
Robin has an awesome spirit that she brings So, it's and the music just, makes it all the more better.
Yes, it is. I just was like, wow.
Thank you. And again, for those of you that are listening, this is Denise. She has her own show, a host on the CRS radio, called Black Jewish Queen. Denise, when do you air your show?
Oh, the show, it airs every Sunday at 4 p.m. And, it's talking about things. A lot of the subject matter, a lot of people in Israel are familiar with it as well, because that's when I first came on to CRS. And so it airs in Israel. A lot of listeners in Jerusalem and Beersheba, and here in the United States, even New York. So it's an interesting and different kind of program. And Robin, it's like, similar to the way that, we do it here in the States, but except it's just, a different culture, different language kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I mean, it's really good. And everybody, invited everybody to just come and listen in. And I do invite everybody to come and listen to Southern Soul. This is an awesome program. You got it.
And listen, I just wanted to say,
so when you say 4, I'm sorry, when you say it airs at 4 o'clock on Sunday, is that Central Standard, Pacific? What time zone would that be?
I missed that one. It's 4 p.m. and it's Eastern Standard Time, and everyone, it's the United States time zone. What surprisingly is that, just like you, Robin, there's a lot of people that listen in from the UK. And
yes,
those listeners.
I actually had a caller last week to call in from the UK, but I wanted to say was, even though we are the Southern Soul Music and Chat, everybody calls in. So you just never know who's going to be calling in. And listen, the next caller can be you. So if you want to call in and join in on the party, the phone number is 661-467-2407, 661-467-2407. I'm welcoming you to come in, join in on the party. I love your feedback. Give me your feedback. Is there a specific song that you want to hear from the Southern Soul genre? Let me know what you think about the show, what you think about the topics that we're having. We want to hear from you. Again, 661-467-2407. You are listening to the Southern Soul Music and Chat with your host, Robin Jones, on the CRS Knowledge is Power Radio. Again, 661-467-2407. So we're going to go in right back into another song. This song is from Arthur Young, and the title of his song is Funky 40. Arthur Young, Funky 40.
Oh.
Awesome.
It sure is.
This is wow, because I'm just.
All right, everybody, we are back. 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 You are listening to the CRS Radio, Southern Soul Music and Chat. I am your host, Robin Jones. We have on the line LaShawn, the founder of a nonprofit organization by the name of Let's Rep Coffee and Wellness. And we also have on the line Denise, who is the Black Jewish Queen of CRS Radio.
So, Robin,
hello, ladies.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know. I know I heard the first song that you played, and then the second song, it was like distant, and then there was another song that came on that came, actually through like the first song. So I don't know, is it because, we called in, we're hearing it like this, or?
We're going to work it out.
All right. I just thought that you should know,
Thank you so much. We working
any
it out
technical
over here.
issues you should definitely, you should definitely be made aware of.
We're getting through it, though. So, ladies. So, LaShawn, give us a little bit more information about your nonprofit.
Absolutely. So we just partnered with a woman's shelter called Sarah Circle here. They have 3 different locations. We're getting ready to do a creative therapy session with them May 20th. And, what we're doing is like spa items. They're able to make bath bombs and shea butter and things like that. We're also going to give away purses with, personal items, for a woman. Who doesn't love a good purse, right? These women are, in a situation right now and, just trying to pull them out of their normal, which was homelessness, and, trying to make ends meet on a day-to-day. But we want to show them that there's something other than that life, right? It's all about healing and wellness. And as your automated things, knowledge is power, right?
Right.
And that's what we're trying to provide: knowledge, resources, tools, to educate them, to support them, to, advocate for them. So, yeah, we're super excited about that. We're also going to do a karaoke event with them and also a job fair, so it's going to be an ongoing support system for the women that are in this homeless shelter.
That's interesting. Wow.
Exciting.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Help share and be a part of that with you. Yes.
Awesome.
Let me give you a hand clap on that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So until we get our brick and mortar, we also have a weekly podcast. We do a podcast every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we have, special guests. We just had a triage nurse on there speaking on physical wellness. We're going to have other counselors and therapists and even a bishop on there, speaking on the spiritual aspect of wellness. So, we're super excited. We are, building a foundation for outreach, healing, and wellness, So until we get our brick and mortar, we are out reaching out to, like the women's shelter. We're going to be doing outside events, back to school programs and things like that. So, we're excited about this. We're passionate about this.
Yes, yes, and I'm excited for
Wow.
you. I can't wait to see what the future holds for Let's Wrap Coffee and Wellness. It is dealing with the mental health. You know, everybody has someone or that they know, possibly themselves, you know, that probably needs some resources or assistance in that particular area. And Let's Wrap Coffee and Wellness wants to be there to help guide them along their journey, you know, with getting some resources or getting some help or, you know, whatever it is that they need to do to be aware of what's going on, letting them know that there are other sources out there for them and they don't have to stay in the situation that they are in.
We want to let them know that they are not alone. You know, in systemically oppressed communities, in our communities of color, you know, mental health, mental wellness really isn't, you know, a topic, right? You know, because in our communities, it's like, you know, when someone, you know, thinks that they might need, you know, mental health to speak with someone, it's like, oh, what's wrong with you? You crazy. No, you know, we're just supposed to, you know, hold all of whatever traumas that we're going through, hold it in and not speak about it. You know, so this is we're here to help them through their journey, to help them heal.
That is so awesome. So listen.
And you know, I had a question with that, Robin, and I hate to interrupt y'all. Yeah. But you know, with mental health in the African American community, it's normally like a taboo. I've noticed, you know, I've done work as a psychotherapist as well. And, you know, I noticed that, you know, that's an underlying problem in the African American community because you won't get too many people who will step forward and say that they need help.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to, you know, get out there, that, you know, it's not per se a stigma. You know, everybody, you know, goes through something and might need to talk to someone outside of their circle. So they're not judged, right? Because we tend to judge.
Mhm. And you know, it's sad, but you know, it's like our whole, you know, our whole a group of people, we need to like relearn to be supportive of each other. And you know, hey, people like you know, you are so needed. You are so needed in the African American community because we need people that, you know, that care, that really care, you know, that's out there. And, you know, I hope that, you know, as far as the field of therapy and, you know, counseling and all of those other areas, I hope that field grows, you know, among our people because it's much needed.
It is.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, just to piggyback off of what LaShawn just said, unfortunately, that if we say that we need help, automatically somebody thinks that we're crazy. So we kind of shine down, you know, or suppress how we feel, holding in, don't let it out, don't talk about it. And this is how a lot of bad things start happening because at some point you got to release it. You have to release the feelings.
Absolutely.
And, so we want to be there to try to help release them feelings by talking about it and getting through it before that person start putting some action behind it. You know how they may say, you know, somebody told me to do it. You know, that little voice in my head told me to do it, and you know, and that's not a bad. That's a bad thing right there when they start hearing them voices. So we want to be able to talk to you through it to see what can we do to offer any type of resources for you to get you through the situation that you're currently in or have been in the past and still haven't even gotten over it yet, you know?
Yeah, yes, most definitely. And, you know, I mean, I'm very impressed because I know most psychotherapists, most counselors, most social workers, you know, they're overextended and overworked and everything.
Absolutely.
it gets to a point, unfortunately, in most inner city communities where it's people get easily looked over. That's why I would say too, in my opinion, that African Americans, we need more African American counselors. We need more African American psychologists, psychotherapists, because of the fact of the need. And if our communities can stop, loving on others as much as we need to love within our community on ourselves.
Absolutely.
Then that shame will go away.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We've been overlooked.
Yeah. We even overlook ourselves.
Falling through this. Absolutely.
Yeah, and with that, when we overlook ourselves, it's more suffering, because no one, it needs to be, too, within the community. It needs to be that stigma. That's the stigma that needs to go away, in my opinion. Because, then it's
right.
like
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, because we have been stigmatized.
Mm-hmm.
We have been stigmatized, and within our community, like Robin was saying, you say you need to talk to somebody, and you're crazy, and we feel like we're going to be labeled, excuse me, and in fear of being judged and things like that, especially within our kings, our black males out here. I'm so impressed that there's a few places that they're working with, the African American man, and emotional and mental health.
Right.
Because it was unheard of. It was unheard of back in the day. But now it's being brought to the forefront because we need it.
That's right. That's right. And men, African American men especially, are afraid to step forward for that extra help, because they're the ones that are supposed to be the most, hey, we're tough. We don't, we don't cry,
Exactly.
That stereotype.
Right. I'm a man. I got to stand strong. I got to act like I'm fearless.
Yeah.
But they got feelings too. Men have feelings too. So we got to recognize
as my grandmother used to say, even iron wears thin.
Oh, yes, it does.
And you got to sharpen it.
At some point they break. They can break.
Mhm. Yeah. And so, see, that's something. And with the African American women, women always in the African American family were the backbone, were the ones carrying that. How many people, go on and say, oh, my grandmother, she's going to do Thanksgiving dinner or what have you, and women are like, oh, you have to be tough, you're going to be called crazy, you're going to be looked down upon, don't say, just within the community itself. I just wanted to mention that.
Yes,
stigmatized.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Robin, I just had to mention that because I was like, these are the things that's like attacking the communities and it's making the community weaker. And everybody else is given mercy and grace when it comes to things like this. But see, we need that mercy and that grace within the African American inner city communities because many people have been traumatized, even the PTSD, I had offered counseling for that. And PTSD is post-traumatic stress syndrome. And, many people suffer from that, from being traumatized, even just, growing up in poverty and seeing, the problems that is in the inner cities, which are, the problems with the
racially,
gangs and the violence.
Discriminatory, Yes, absolutely.
And so these,
I'm sorry, I got another caller.
Okay.
I got another caller on the line, and I got another caller on the line. And listen, this is a hot topic right here, and I want to see who this caller is. Caller, you are in the studio. Who do we got on the line today?
Hello, Miss Robin. This is Bridget Shields, all the way from MISS Crooked. ISSIPCI, baby.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Let me see it.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Yes, listen, ladies. This is a hot artist right here out of Jackson, Mississippi, who will be on the Southern Soul Show April 29th. Bridget.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Bridget.
Yes.
I gotta get some classic music for you. Bridget Shields, yes. And we are excited. This is gonna be. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get the clap first. Hold on, here we go.
Awesome.
Bridget is going to be on the Chicago Southern Soul Show April 29th here in Chicago at the Grand Ballroom, 6351 South Cottage Grove Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. And she is coming with a slew of Southern Soul singers. Well, honey, I'm telling you, they gonna get down. They gonna get down. This is your second time here, right, Bridget?
That's it. I think maybe it might be the third time, I believe.
This
is the third time. This is the third time.
Yeah. This is the third time.
I am excited. This is my third. So
beautiful.
That means something. That means a lot.
It does. That's saying something. Yeah. You know what that's saying, Bridget? Bridget, that's Hollywood. That's Hollywood status right there. Hollywood.
That's it. in the sky, baby. In the sky.
Listen, Bridget,
yes,
we got LaShawn, the founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness, on the line, and we got Denise, who is the host of the Black Jewish Queen on CRS Radio that comes on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay.
And and our topic today, we just created a topic. We're talking about the mental health issues within our community. So that's what we're talking about. But listen, Bridget, we want you to chime in on that. We want you to come in and tell us a little bit about you and some of your events. But before you do, we want to hear "Let Me See It." That's what we want to hear. We want to hear "Let Me See It."
Let me see it.
Let Me See It. This is one of Bridget Shields' original songs. Let Me See It. And then we're going to play that, and then we're going to come back in and just chime in. And you are listening to the CRS Radio Knowledge is Power with your host, Robin Jones. We are getting ready to listen to Bridget Shields' Let Me See It.
Love
right. We are back. And you are listening to the CRS Radio. Knowledge is power. You were listening to Bridget Shields. Let me see it. And who do we have on the line with us? Bridget Shields. Yes. And
yes. Awesome. Let me see.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
you. Bridget is going to be here in Chicago at the Chicago Southern Soul Show, April 29th at the Grand Ballroom. We are live. Listen, if you guys want to call in, we call in at 661-467-2407, 661-467-2407. We have the Bridget Shields on the line all the way from Jackson, Mississippi. And we have LaShawn, founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness, on the line from Chicago, Illinois. And we are talking about mental health issues within our community. But first we get back into that conversation, Bridget, give us a little rundown about you, what you got going on, where you at, what you been doing. We want to hear a little bit from you.
A lot, Robert, just a lot. I am excited, though, about coming to Chicago. I look forward to it. And the last time I was there, I had such a great time, and just the energy there, and just the people just showed love, and I can't wait to get back and do my thing. On this end in Mississippi right now, I do have a show this Saturday, a blues show this Saturday, and I mean, it's just on after this. I think I got something like every weekend after this, whether it's a show, birthday party, whatever. I'll be going. I'll be moving, doing what I love, loving what I do. That's about it. That's
it. Now, listen, Bridget, how long have you been in the Southern Soul industry?
Oh, I would say, I've been singing kind of off and on for years, but just really taking it serious probably around 2016, something like that, 2017, just taking it serious and writing my own music and, just doing my own thing and getting out and, trying to be seen a little bit. Just do my thing and let people know a little bit about me. Like I said, just kind of off and on before that, but just really taking it serious around about 2017, something like that.
Now, listen, I got to ask you, Bridget, because I said I'm going to start doing this with every Southern Soul artist that come on, because by this being a new segment on the CRS radio, a lot of people do not know or have never heard of Southern Soul. We've heard of hip-hop, we've heard of classical, we've heard of R&B. So I would like for you to give the audience your take on what Southern Soul is.
Well, you know what? When I think about just music in general, like Southern Soul, R&B, country, pop, jazz, neo-soul, however you put it, I just feel like it's all, music is just music, and there are times when you want to listen to a little country, there are times when you want to listen to a little Southern Soul, a little jazz. But I would say Southern Soul is just a cross between the blues. I wouldn't say the old, deep-rooted blues like the B.B. King blues, but just a little bit of the blues and R&B mixed together. I think even with Southern Soul, everybody's kind of telling a story about something, so you just kind of take it and put a little twist on it. And that's my take on Southern Soul. I just love it all. So.
Okay. Now, listen, I got to ask you a question since you just made a statement when they telling a story about their song. So when you say, let me see it, what you trying to see, girl?
Everything. Are you going to pay these bills? Are you going to take care of me? Are you going to respect me? Are you going to love me? And then all that other stuff, too. Hey. So, you got to fix it up. You got to fix it up.
Right,
yes. I just need to see it all. If you're coming to me, I need to see it all. You need to show me. That's what you're going to do.
I want to show me, okay? Show me. Don't play. Show me.
But you know, everybody, we take it somewhere else. I say it's a combination of all of it. So,
I see how you just tried to dress it up. It's okay. We on the air. I saw how you just tried to dress that up. It's good though. We on the air, so that's okay. That's okay.
All right. Yes. So yes, indeed.
Yeah. But listen, family, for those who have just tuned in, we are on the line with the Bridget Shields. We just got to listen to her song, Let Me See It. If you have not heard it, please download it. Go to YouTube, go to all social media platforms, and listen to Let Me See It. It is a great, great, great song. We are also on the line with founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness, LaShawn. And our topic today is mental health in the community. We are talking about mental health in the community. So let's get right back into it.
Wow.
So listen. Yeah. So what's your intake on the mental health in the community, Bridget, since you're just joining in?
Well, funny you would ask because that's just my background. That's what I've been doing for years. We have a facility here in Mississippi called Mississippi State Hospital, and I worked in the psychology department for over 20-some years there. And
oh my
now
goodness.
Yeah. That's my background. That's what I love right there. Yes. So we dealt with a lot of clients who were diagnosed with pretty much what I've done pretty much all my life, and just dealt with mental health. So yes. Now what I'm doing now is probably not basically just doing a lot with mental health, but I'm still having to deal with the community and deal with issues in the community, so, yes.
Wow. So let me ask you, in the Mississippi area, are there, resources out there? Do you need more resources, within the community, regarding emotional, mental health?
Of course. I think that's something that should be ongoing because, there's so many changes and so many things happening in the world today, and everything is just shifting. And, even with the people that you would, quote, unquote, call normal, they're going through it too, whether it's something with job losses, deaths, whatever it might be. So I think,
Absolutely.
that's something, so I think we need continuous support and resources for that, yes. Even to the point now where you got to start at with the babies. I hate to say it, but you have to start with the babies and go to the older people because it starts now in the elementary. I mean, you have a lot of kids that's going through things and stuff and just not able to cope with just everyday life. So,
Absolutely. That was my topic the other day. Yeah. Because when there's any type of dysfunction in the house, the child suffers.
That's right.
And everybody, copes differently. Some can't cope. So we definitely, and then the children are our future. So we need to nurture them. We need to support them, advocate for them.
Exactly.
But
and that's what happens. I think a lot of. Go ahead.
I was just getting ready to say what's kind of sad about the whole situation with the kids being in the house. Because we're grown and they're kids, sometimes we tend to think that it doesn't bother the kids. And we were stating that on the podcast the other night, where where they just kids, they don't know no better. It's not going to affect them, but it does affect them, because they're seeing everything that goes on in the household, whether you.
It doesn't matter what type of dysfunction it is.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And they are very much affected by what goes on in the household. And then they tend to react on it outside of the household. And now it becomes a problem because, now the other kids are like, what's wrong with you? Why would you do something like that? They're only repeating what's going on in their house.
Right.
Or acting out. Or acting out because they're angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Coping mechanisms.
Right. That's it. So, Yeah, but
Yeah.
to answer your question, yes, I think there's resources need, just everywhere, and I think too they need to get to the point where you just got a somebody that has a background in mental health or some kind of psychologist or psychiatrist in every school. I think, not knocking the counselors. I'm not knocking that, but I just think sometimes you may need a little bit more, in the schools, even on the job. Even on the jobs, I think, have in-house people, where a client can go and just talk with somebody or an employee can go when they got things going on. Because a lot of times I think with a lot of these shootings and all
Bridget,
of
they got it. They got it now on some jobs where you're able to take a mental health day.
Oh, yes.
I don't.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people
because
are going to the 4-day work weeks too. Just so everybody can just at least get a break. Because hey, we all need it. So,
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We need it. So yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So.
And some people take advantage of that mental health day too. Like, ooh, I hate to say it, but they do.
Yeah, it happens. It's bad. It's bad though. With I hate to say it, within our community, we do
ladies, we going
need
in
to
and
take
out
advantage of things if we can.
Right, that's true.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say me.
True.
I ain't gonna say me though. I ain't gonna say me.
Okay.
you telling off on yourself.
It's crazy though. One of my employees, I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago, she came to me and was like, "Miss LaShawn, I need a mental health day." And I was like, "You need a what?" I need a mental health day,
Yeah. Some jobs actually encouraging it just to keep their employees on. Take your mental health day.
True.
Yeah, just to keep their employees on. Okay, that's what you need. It's like actually now it's written within their what is that? Their guide, their rules and regulations, or their I can't even think of what I'm.
Their handbook.
Policy.
Yeah, the handbook. Yeah, the employee handbook. Yeah, what? Yeah, that they can take so many a year. Mental health days. Yeah.
And depending upon
your thing.
Yeah, depending upon your job, you need it.
Right.
Because it can get stressful. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, and
That's why I always,
I'm happy that mental health is more in the forefront now because of COVID. Hated COVID,
right.
but now it's more out there. They're trying to bring about more awareness and resources. Because COVID happened, because people were going through depression and all of that, anxieties.
Exactly.
But we've been struggling for a long time in our systemically oppressed communities. So
true. Right. And a lot of times I think that's why we kind of strong with, other things. So we've been taught, we've been brought up to just, hey, deal with it and keep it moving.
Deal with it
and
keep it moving.
But a lot of times
Absolutely.
you just can't deal with it and keep it moving, and that's where the breakdown comes in. Right.
That's what,
exactly.
As that old TV show that used to come on called Snapped. Where people just blank out, right?
Yeah. It's like you just blank out because you don't know what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we want to try to. We want to try to avoid, right?
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah. But years ago, I was just saying this to somebody. I don't know, maybe it was to you, LaShawn. I'm not really for sure. It used to be a TV commercial that came on where everybody was walking around smiling, but then they had like a TV, like a box on their chest, from their chest to their stomach, and it showed how they really felt in the inside. But on the outside, they were smiling. But in the inside, they was like depressed, mad. Just, however you felt. And I thought that commercial was so powerful
You know, because this is how it's like a lot of us put a mask on. We're smiling, but we really have some really deep issues on the inside
going on.
Absolutely.
That's true.
You know, I was doing some spring cleaning the other day, and I said that I was going to make a post about this, and I said, wow, moved one of my tables from the wall, and I was like, oh my God, look at all this dust and everything, and then I said, you know, that goes with, you know, how we surface clean, you know, on a day-to-day, right? That's just like our emotional aspect. You know what I'm saying? We like you just said, we show, you know, we show that smiley face, you know, until things get so dark on the inside, you know, and we don't know which way to go, how to come from up under things, because we suppress so much stuff.
Oh,
that's
my
true.
God. Yes,
that's
we
true.
do. Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And, you know,
true.
and when we do go through stuff and when we do finally release it, let it out, or, you know, start talking about it, the one thing that we really do need is a great support system to let us know it's
that's
okay.
imperative.
You know,
that's imperative. That's vitally important to have a strong support system.
Yes.
Because you can't do it alone. You just can't do it alone.
Definitely.
You know.
That's it. You all are right. Exactly right. Like that. Yeah, you gotta have it. You gotta have it, because every now and then everybody needs somebody, you know, just to be there.
Absolutely.
When you start, you know, noticing if something is wrong or whatever, just somebody that you can go talk to, you know. I was looking at the young lady that did the shooting, you know, just kind of reading up on her, and the fact that, you know, she had reached out to one of her, I guess it was a best friend or somebody, just before she went to do the actual, you know, and I'm just like, wow, you know, if something could have happened, I know she tried to text or call or whatever, but, you know, prior to that, she had somebody there. She had that support system there, but she just didn't. It just got to the point where I guess she just couldn't deal with it anymore, you know. And,
you know, and that goes, if she had that support system, then they should have seen those red flags, because I'm quite sure that there were some red flags.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You've been around a person long enough, and like you said, if that's your close friend or your best friend, they should know you like in and out, you know.
Exactly.
They can feel it. They can feel it when something is wrong. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's unfortunate, you know, and it's crazy that this is, you know, like the new normal where people, children, you know, are going around and shooting up places, killing people, innocent people.
It's crazy.
You know, it's not good that this is the new normal.
That's
it. Yep. It's happening every day. Every day. Mm-hmm.
Listen, family, you are listening to the CRS Radio, Knowledge is Power of a Radio Station. We have on the air the Bridget Shields, all the way from Jackson, Mississippi, and we have LaShawn, founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness. We are talking about mental health awareness in our community. But before we get back into that conversation, we want to listen to Dave Mack, 13 Days. Dave Mack, 13 Days. And if you are enjoying this, please call in, join in on the conversation. Let us hear what your thoughts, what your opinions are, how you feel about the mental health in our community. Our call-in number is 661-467-2407, 661-467-2407. We want to hear from you. Dave Mack, 13 Days.
You know, I ran into a good friend of mine just the other day, and he told me how he lost the love of his life. He said he couldn't eat, he couldn't sleep. All he could do was sit by the phone and wait for a call. In fact, this is what he said.
People say I'm the life of the party, 'cause I tell a joke or two. But they don't know that my heart really breaking, and it's all because of you. Since you've been gone, I can see you wherever I want. Oh, I can go wherever I choose. I'm sitting at home by my telephone. Oh, I'm just waiting on a call from you. Yeah. It's been 7 hours and 13 days since you took your load away. I can't eat, no. I can't even eat. I sleep all day since you took your load away. Yeah. It's been 7 hours and 13 days since you took your load away. I can't even eat. I sleep all day since you took your load away. I'm sitting at home. I'm wondering why I'm all alone. Having thoughts of losing you. I can't be strong. I can't move on. What the hell am I gonna do? So take a good look at my face. You know I never will replace the thoughts of losing you. People say I'm such a fool, but I guess I'm a fool for you. Hey, yeah. It's been 7 hours and 13 days since you took your load away. Since you took your love away. I can't even eat. I sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you took your love away. It's been 7 hours and 13 days since you took your love away. I can't eat, I can't sleep. I can't even eat. I sleep all day since you took your love away. Can I get a witness? Does anybody out there know what I'm talking about? Won't you help me out, somebody now? If you know what it feels like when you love somebody. 'Cause I love you. 'Cause you know that I need you. It's been 7 hours and 13 days since you took your load away. Since you took your love away. I can't even eat. I sleep all day. Oh, okay.
All right, everybody, we are back. You were listening to the CRS Radio Knowledge is Power, and that was Dave Mack, Team Dave. We also have on the line Bridget Shields, the Bridget Shields, an awesome Southern Soul artist, Bridget Shields, and we also have LaShawn, who is the founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness. Ladies, are you here?
Hey, still here.
Y'all still here?
Yes, yes.
All right, yes. And listen, family, if you guys want to call in and join in on the conversation, we are talking about mental health awareness in the community. Please call in at 661-467-2407, 661-467-2407. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear your concerns. We want to hear from you. Call in. Let us know how you feel about the Southern Soul Music and Chelsea on the CRS radio. So listen, ladies. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Bridget. You're going to be in Chicago. We got to announce that, too, that you're going to be in Chicago April 29th, right?
Exactly, and I'm excited.
Yes. And listen, we just got to listen to Dave Mack. Dave Mack is also on the show April 29th as well here in Chicago for the Southern Soul R&B show. And that's going to be April 29th at the Grand Ballroom, 6351 South Cottage Grove Avenue, 6351 South Cottage Grove Avenue. And we are so excited that Bridget Shields is going to be in the house. You're going to be there.
So Robin, let me ask you, if someone is interested in actually coming to the event, how can they, are they able to pay there? Do they have to purchase tickets? How does that go?
They are able to pay at the door. We have tickets on Eventbrite, and I also have physical tickets with me as well. So that's 3 different ways that you can pay. Eventbrite, at the door, and if you are in the Chicago area, I do have physical tickets on me. Or with me, whatever it is. So yeah.
Awesome.
Listen, we gotta give a shout out. We gotta give a shout out to the CEO of Broom Entertainment, Dwayne Broom, for putting this awesome show together. This is his 3rd Southern Soul show here in Chicago. Yeah, we gotta give it. Dwayne. Yeah, hats off to him. He was on the show last week. He opening up the show with me last week, starting off, talked a little about the show and how he got started in the music industry. So we were excited that he was on. But, he's doing some great things. He's trying to migrate the Southern Soul genre of music to the Midwest. And we are going to wish him great luck that he is extremely, extremely, extremely successful at doing so. Sometimes when people are not used to a certain type of music, they kind of shine away from it. But we finna throw it all in their face, Bridget.
That's
all
it,
right
baby.
now. All right now.
We coming. We bringing it. We
finna put it. Yeah, we finna throw it in their face, honey. What your song say, Bridget? Let me see it.
Let me see it, and then I got one say a closed mouth don't get fed. Yeah.
All right now. All right
closed
now.
mouth don't get fed.
That's all.
Listen, we got another caller on the line. Let's welcome this caller in. Let's see who this caller is. Caller, you are on the line. Who do we have on the line? Who is the studio with us?
Well, hello, Miss Robin. This is Miss Denise.
Oh, what's up, Listen, y'all. Listen, ladies. Who do we have? Y'all don't know nothing. This is,
Well, hello, Miss Robin.
Hello, Miss Denise. This is Miss Denise Dawson. Miss Denise, turn your radio down. We haven't seen that.
Got it?
Got it. Yes, ma'am. So welcome to the family, Miss Denise. If you guys do not know Miss Denise Dawson, listen, ladies, this is LJ Eccles, #1 fan in Chicago, Illinois. Okay.
All right.
Number one fan. You can't say nothing about LJ Uncle. This is Mr. Niece Dawson on the line. Thank you so much, Mr. Niece, for calling in. We have Bridget Shields, and we have LaShawn, founder of the Let's Rev Coffee and Wellness. We have all the Mr. Niece. We are talking about mental health in the community. If you want to chime in a little bit with us today.
You know what? I'm glad to. I was listening to the conversations. You know, that's a very serious topic. You know, I'm part of the homeowners association here in my village, and we dealing with the youth in that village. And just today we've never had this, but just recently today we had a shooting a block over. One of the owner's son got into an altercation with a car that pulled in his driveway, and the guy didn't move out his driveway. The guy was just actually turning around, and they got into a conversation and arguing, and when the driver pulled out the gun and started shooting.
Oh, wow.
And the mother was just so, she was so, so scared, but she didn't know. It was just, so the police was everywhere. So, I happened to be coming from the store, and I stopped and asked to see what was going on. And I know the police lieutenant, and he was out there, and he was telling me what was going on. And it's just, you never know what's going on in people's minds. You never know what's going on in people's minds, and it's so much. It is so much help out here that people do not know about, And that was just a mistake. The guy turned around. He didn't back out of the driveway fast enough, and they got into an argument. And he just opened the guns, and these guns is just going crazy out here. It's too much, and people just they just don't So, but that's terrible. So. I open my arms to any teenager because we have teenagers on my block, and a lot of neighbors, I don't communicate with, but only a couple of them because some of them don't want to talk or I can wave or they don't want to say anything, But some of the teenagers, I have a teenager stay right down the street from me. It's two of them, and every year they come and they knock on my door, and I hire them to help me with my grass and stuff, So I try to communicate. We have like open house in the village. And I try to, get a bunch of teenagers, get them together to come and they play basketball at the rec center and stuff. So you have to reach out. Sometimes people don't want to reach out, but you have to. Reach out,
that old saying. We need to go back to that old saying where it takes a village, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It takes a village. We even though these new maker. As my grandmother say, new model kids, they are, some of them are disrespectful, but that's because we have children raising children, right?
Exactly.
We had a lot of young teenage pregnancies with no structure, they want to be their friend opposed to being their parent, and things like that. So, and me, I'm faith-based. I'm spiritual, so back in the day, my grandmother raised me, and it didn't matter if you didn't want to go to church. Every Sunday, you was getting up and you was going to church, regardless of the fact, and that's a thing now where, the Lord is not in the household. I don't care if you pray to Allah, Jehovah Jireh, whoever, we know that there is a God out there, and he's not, in the forefront anymore, and it's in the homes, and that's, a really, really bad thing.
It is, and that people, you forget the training starts a lot of people say the training starts at home. No, the training starts when you first start. You know what I'm saying? It starts in your belly. Once you get pregnant, that's where the home training starts. You understand what I'm saying? Okay.
Absolutely. Because I used to pray when I was pregnant. I used to read books to my child when I was pregnant, sing to my child when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
It does. It definitely starts there.
We
need to break these generational curses. You know, these these revolving doors. You know, because you know, when we're in this situation, like in the homes, where, you know, the parent, you know, might be on drugs, or, you know, this is your surroundings, you know, where you're around gang violence and, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, we need to advocate for these children to let them know that they have support, that they don't have to be a stigma of their situation, you know, that they have help. And that's the thing, you know, we don't reach out to these kids because of the fact that the way that they are now. Kids are so quick to pull a gun. And they're easy accessible, you know?
It is. And you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to your children. You know, you have to pay attention to your children and their reactions and how they actually react and how they're taking things, and watch what you say around your children, because your children will pick up everything you say.
Everything.
You know,
they mimic you. They will mimic you.
Yeah.
They will mimic you. I remember when I used to work for Kane County, and it was a program called SHOCAP, and SHOCAP was basically dealing with adolescents, trying to reestablish them back in society. These kids one child did a double homicide. The other one, they do bank robberies. Not bank robberies, but they stuck up like 7-Eleven, you know, places like that. So my job was to take them to their counselors if they were out on probation, to take them to their counselors, you know, to take them to court, you know, things that had to do with them trying to regroup. We had programs where we took them on trips, and, so, you know, just talking to them. They would always say, "Oh, Miss Robin, can we stop at McDonald's? Miss Robin, can I listen to GCI? Miss Robin, Miss Robin." They were, like, so nice, but these was like little terror towns. Yes. They were terror towns.
You know,
once they got around their peers. For real. You know, but riding in the car, they were really, really nice. You know, they were very mannerable, but once they got back in that neighborhood, once they got it back around their friends, and they were like night and day. Night and day. And I remember going to
because that was their situation. That was their surroundings, and they didn't know anything else. And you know, they have to put that face on.
Somebody have to turn their radio down. We having a little feedback. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, LaShawn.
No, I was saying that's because of their situation that they're in, you know, and as we were just saying about that commercial, how they're hurting on the TV, they were hurting on the inside but smiling out on the outside, you know, that's what they had to portray, you know.
Yeah.
But we don't want it to get to where, you know, our children are out here doing double homicides and robbing 7-Elevens, you know. When I first moved into the area that I'm in, a couple of blocks behind me, a young man killed his grandparents, teenager.
Oh, wow.
You know, so you don't know, you know, what's going on, if they even, you know,
inside the home,
any type of help, or, you know, we don't know what the child is suffering through. That's just like my son was murdered. He was 15 years old. He was murdered. He wasn't the intended target. It was 4 of them, but he was the only one that got shot and killed.
Wow.
And I was so angry, you know, I was angry at God. We had a lot of conversations, you know, and you know, because he was a straight A student. On the honor roll, he went to all type of mentor programs. He was on the FBI mentor program. He aspired to be an NBA player, but he had his head on right. He was like, well, if I don't make it in the NBA, I'm going to be a teacher and I'm going to be a mentor, like, you know, people have mentored me.
Okay.
And you know, just like, oh my God, his life is gone. And, you know, the alleged shooters were only 14 and 15 themselves. So then Wow. You know, I had to look at it and say, oh, my God, you know, what are they going through in their homes? Where are their parents? What are they missing? Crazy.
Right.
And this was in 2019.
Yeah, it's just sad. It's just sad all across the board on what we have to deal with in our communities. You know, as far as the mental health. You know, even when I walk down the street and I see the young ladies out there, you know, even when they come up to the car and say, "Hey, do you got $1?" Then they turn it around, they talking to somebody else. I don't see anybody else there, but you know, I just try to do what I can when I see them, and but I don't like to see them like that. How did they get there? You know,
I pulled into a gas station. I pulled into a gas station one time, and it was a mother out there. She had an armed baby, and then she had a younger child. He had to be about 5 or 6 years old, and she had him out there panhandling, asking for money.
They started.
And you know, I asked her, I said, so what is this for? And she said she was trying to get somewhere. And I was like, okay, so that's in the area that I'm going. You know, I can drop you guys off, you know. And, you know, the little baby was talking about he was hungry. I actually brought them to my house. I fed them. I gave her a few dollars, you know, to get where she needed to be. But that's trauma right there, you know, for that child. You know, it's going to be have a mental impact on him, you know, especially if that's something that he has to continue to do throughout his life.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Wow.
You know, it's really.
I know for a short period of time when I was raising my kids, we actually lived out of my car, you know, and we went to McDonald's to do our daily cleaning, you know, and then they went to school and I went to work, you know. But it didn't dawn on me till I really started getting in, you know, talking about, you know, how did that affect them, you know. How did that affect them?
We don't know.
Up?
Yeah.
You know.
Because you know why? We're programmed to survive. Our coping mechanisms, you know, we are programmed to survive, and you know, we feel like, okay, you know, as long as they're not really without, you know, we're not, you know, if they're eating, if they're clean, you know, however, so be it, you know, we're going to get through this and they're going to be okay. Get the impact. We don't think that there's a really bad impact because, you know, we're programmed to survive.
Exactly.
Right.
But we don't want people to just survive. We want people to thrive and grow.
Thrive and grow.
That's thrive and grow. That's true.
Yeah. Well, listen, family. We are listening to the CRS Radio, Southern Soul Music and Chat. I am your host, Robin Jones, and we have on the line Denise Dawson. We have Southern Soul artist Bridget Shields, and we have founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness, LaShawn Zakofia. Now, I know I'm probably, is it Zakofia? How are we pronouncing your last name? I want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right.
I should just reach out and tap you. It's Zolikoff.
Zolikoff, you know. We trying to touch me through this phone, honey.
Yes. Zolikoff.
Zolikoff, the founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness, LaShawn Zolikoff. And right now we are going to be listening to Sneaky Link by Coco. Listen, y'all, Coco is going to be on the show too, April 29th. She's coming with Sneaky Link.
All right.
Now listen, you ever wanted to tell somebody something you saw, but you couldn't tell it because where you was when you saw it? But let me tell y'all what I saw. I caught
Listen, family, you was listening to Coco Sneaky Link. Coco Sneaky Link. And we are back on the CRS radio where knowledge is power. I am your host, Robin Jones, for the Southern Soul Music in Chat. And we have on our line, we have LaShawn Zolkoffer, and she is the founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness. We also have Southern Soul artist Bridget Shield on the phone. We were just listening to her song a couple of songs ago by the name of Let Me See It. And we also have Denise Dawson on the line with us out of Chicago, Illinois. Our topic today has been mental health awareness in the community. Phone number, we have a few minutes left on the air, so if you still have time to join us if you would like. And our phone number is 661-467-2407, 661-467-2407. So we were just talking about, again, mental health awareness. Again, LaShawn is the founder of Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness, and she's geared towards mental health. LaShawn, for those
No, I'm not. I am geared towards mental wellness. It's a difference. So, I'm geared towards wellness, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for the correction, ma'am. Thank you so much. So what I was getting ready to say, y'all correct me, okay? Because I make mistakes. We human. We are human.
Hey, we human. We all make mistakes. Pick my hand. Pick my hand.
I don't find the correction. But listen, LaShawn, before we get going, I would like for you to tell the audience again, where can they reach out to you for resources, for additional, if they need anything regarding the Let's Rap Coffee. I wanted you to give out a little information about you again.
Absolutely. Our phone number is 844-897-5727. Again, that's 844-897-5727. And they can also reach out to us via email, and that is letsrap.coffeemore@gmail.com. Again, that's letsrap.coffeemore@gmail.com. And we are on, Instagram, Facebook, social media platforms. We're getting ready to put together a YouTube channel, so we'll be across all social media platforms. If you need some help, if you need have a question you need answered, or some type of resource or tool, just reach out to us. We are here. We are here to help support you and advocate for you. Not only provide you with the resources and tools, but also help you learn how to utilize those tools. So, you can be well, so you can heal, so, you can, thrive and not just survive.
Yes. Now, LaShawn, you also have a podcast, correct?
Oh my goodness, yes I do. I have a. Oh my goodness, it's fresh. We I want to say just recently started over a month ago, but it's been outstanding, and it's every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We just had a triage nurse on there speaking about the physical wellness, gave us a lot of great insight. We're going to have clinical therapists, that assists with, the veterans, and PTSD, just, mental healthness overall. We're also going to have, a drug counselor on there, a bishop speaking on the spiritual wellness of, because when we think about it, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially, they are all intertwined. And when one is, unbalanced, it can affect the other, in our life.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, LaShawn, where can they see the podcast at?
They would have to, join us on Facebook or Instagram.
Yes.
Let's Rap Coffee Wellness is the Instagram, and also LaShawn Zolikoff for Let's Rap Coffee and Wellness.
Thank you so much. And we are getting ready to depart. But, Ms. Denise, before we depart, did you want to say anything, any uplifting advice to the ones that's listening out there?
I just want to say, stay in prayer. Stay in prayer. God is every day. Every day. Just stay in prayer. You feel yourself that you need some type of help or something, reach out and talk to someone, and just pray and stay prayed up.
And you know what? I just want to piggyback off of that. You don't have to say a long prayer. Just talk to him. You can talk to him like you're talking to your friend. He hears you. He hears you.
All right. So listen, everybody, we appreciate you tuning in, and we are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the CRS radio station, Knowledge is Power. I am your host, Robin Jones, of Southern Soul Music and Chat Reel. We are going to leave you, and just to piggyback off of that, I just want everybody to stay encouraged, know that there is help out there for you. We have resources. There are resources for you. Please indulge in your resources. Get a support team. Just talk to somebody. You are not alone in the crisis you are going through. There is somebody else that's going through the crisis with you, and not only are they going with you, somebody is out there to help you. So please get the help that is needed. LaShawn, before we depart, one more time with that 800 number, please.
Sure, 844-897-5727. And it's been a pleasure, ladies. And Bridget.
Thank you. Bridget is off.
God bless you on all your endeavors.
Yes.
Miss Denise, thank you for your input.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And Bridget, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 29th.
Bridget has departed, but we are glad that she chimed in with us on today. Miss Bridget Shields from Jackson, Mississippi, who is a Southern Soul artist. And on that note, we are going to leave you with Jay Rizzo. You know I love you. Listen, everybody, stay encouraged. I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And always, always, stay blessed, be blessed, and have a good night. Bye-bye.
You too.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Like a big house, a few cars, big money, and a good wife. But I done tried it a few times, it didn't work out good for me. I've been misused, got trust issues going on inside of me. But ooh-wee, how I love you, darling. I'm just a little bit scared, but I'm oh so sorry. Even though I messed up, you know I love you. Even though I did wrong sometimes, you know I love you. Even though I broke rules, you know I love you. You always on my mind, you know I love you. I used to be the nice kind, always at home, not like those other guys in the streets all night long. Good things I give show love to a family too. Damn sure. Ooh, but I'm crazy about you, baby, and I hate to let you down. But I'm a little set back and nervous after that last